richest crypto billionaire. CZ, it is great to have you on the program again.
Thanks for having me.
So, CZ, walk us through why you did this deal and how it will help push the adoption of Web3.
Sure. I think Forbes is a typical Web 1.0 pre-web company, and they've lasted through the generations. It's a 100-year-old company. And most of the media businesses have had a hard time transitioning from non-web to Web 1 to Web 2. And we would really like to help them to transition to Web 3 using blockchain cryptocurrencies. So that's really the main goal for us.
Right, and it sort of fits into, I know we talked to you last time about Binance becoming less Wild West, more credibility, working with regulators. So I wonder, why is traditional media the route here versus going direct, building it yourself with Web3 tools, which some might argue is more in line with those principles?
I think media is not the only industry we will look at. It's not the only traditional industry we will look at. We will look at almost every sector, traditional industries, and we'll try to make a few acquisitions, a few investments, and try to bring them into Web3 and into the blockchain world, and that will help adoption. And on the regulation stuff, we continuing our efforts to hire more people to be fully compliant everywhere, get licenses everywhere. So that hasn't changed. Those two things are independent, at least in my mind, but we are working hard to bring Web 1.0 companies into Web 3.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks flat. And we can look at the indicators and know why. Now we have Forbes do an article calling out Binance, saying they're shuffling funds just like FTX before the collapse. But remember, guys, Binance invested over $200 million in Forbes. Guys, remember you're watching a movie. Remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. But of course, CZ comes out and says they don't understand how exchanges work. But we know the attack on Paxos and BUSD was all about Binance. And we're going to touch on that later. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates was slightly rose. The dollar pulled back slightly. And that's the reason why we see all markets are flat. Guys, these bond yields are going to tell you where the market is going, and they're going to keep moving up. Why, guys? Because we know the Fed is not done. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the inverted yield curve. It does not lie. I did a video last night with Jim Cramer saying the inverted yield curve is wrong. It has always been 100% correct. And guys, we know the crash is definitely coming. And we can clearly see this total market is manipulated. And then, of course, guys, we have volume tether USDC. Now, we have Coinbase announces that it's going to suspend BUSD March 13th. And, guys, we know Paxos was definitely regulated. And when it came to backing, it had the best backing because everybody else was getting called out. USDC, Tether, but BUSD was one of the most secured. So we know this is all about shrinking liquidity for Binance. And we see TrueUSD becomes the 5th largest stablecoin as Binance mints 130 million in 1 week. So we can clearly see the reshuffling of these stablecoins. And guys, we know how important these stablecoins are. They are the foundation, but then also you're looking at liquidity. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo still over $2 trillion. We know the central banks are raising rates, running off the balance sheet to destroy this legacy market. So therefore, the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And they're doing it on so-called fighting the inflation that they caused along with Congress, the paid politicians. And guys, we see over in Europe, the inflation is over 7%. And then on top of it, guys, we have the strong dollar. And remember, this is a global economy. And guys, like I stated before, all this inflation is being controlled by the large corporations, the handful of corporations that own everything, and especially when it comes down to food. But remember, they want to keep prices high. This inflation that we have right now is not going to move much lower just yet. Remember, they have to bring on the next crisis. And guys, then we're going to move into deflation, where when the robots, algorithms, and drones come in, it's going to make everything cheaper. That's the reason why I did the video yesterday. When I heard Kathy Woods, all I could remember is Ray Kurzweil saying the same exact thing. Remember, guys, this is all part of the plan. And don't forget, we have Elon Musk's event tomorrow, and we know he's all about the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Remember, Starlink is building Skynet. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale, sitting at about $20.3 billion. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Metaverse token Gamium surges 340% before pulling back after Meta and Telefonica partnership announcement. So, guys, we clearly see these big corporations integrating with these digital asset platforms to build Web3. Now, we have Robinhood says it was subpoenaed by the SEC shortly after FTX filed bankruptcy. And guys, we know that Robinhood is a publicly traded company. And when FTX bought shares of Robinhood, they should have did an investigation on FTX then. But we know the bank man was coming to visit Gary Gensler all the time, plus seeing the CFTC. So guys, we know it's all a movie. Just sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. Now we have Arbitrum-based FactorDAO releases staking service. And we know when it comes to these staking services, there will be consolidation. Now we have liquidity protocol rose over 35% after Binance listing on Innovative Zone. Now we have tokenized Texas house listed for sale on Solana. And guys, we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And in a few years, guys, what will be the norm is you owning a home with somebody you don't even know, or that may be in another country. Because with tokenization, you can be able to break that home up in percentages or tokenize your equity. And then lastly, guys, we have Bank of America says that in 2023, there's going to be a decoupling of utility coins versus meme coins. And they are exactly right. And guys, as we can look at the M2 money supply, we see liquidity shrinking. And as the months go by, it's going to continue on shrinking, which is going to put more pain on the economy, not including higher interest rates and higher wages. Like Brad Garlinghouse stated, 99% of these cryptos are going to be wiped out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.